Hello everyone, welcome to another Nightmare playthrough of the Lord of the Rings LCG. In this video we're going to be having a look at the Hunt for Gollum. That's the first adventure pack from the Shadows of Mirkwood cycle. Many people might remember this quest for being a bit dull on normal mode, to be honest. All you need to do is find these clues in the encounter deck, signs of Gollum, get one attached to your hero, and then quest through as quickly as possible to win the game. So it could be a bit dull when you played it that way. You'd see a lot of locations, a lot of weak enemies, and not much would happen. But in Nightmare mode, they've definitely spiced it up. They've removed most of the weak enemies and a lot of the weaker treacheries and locations. So they've added cards that introduce meaningful decisions around what to do in each quest stage and what to reveal from the encounter deck. So it's a lot trickier. They've also made a good improvement by taking away the 2 copies of False Lead, which is an annoying treachery which shuffles one of your claimed clues back into the encounter deck. So if you happen to reveal that one in stage 3, then you'd have to reset the quest deck, because if you don't have a clue, then you have to go back to stage 2. So that would drag the quest deck even more and kind of add to that dullness factor. But I definitely don't think this is dull on Nightmare mode. I think it's really interesting. So they've also added this forced effect here as well. So at the end of the refresh phase, choose an unclaimed clue card not attached to a Mordor enemy and attach it to a Mordor enemy if able. If it was guarded, detach the encounter guarding it first. The newly attached Mordor enemy is now guarding it. And it says if at any point there are 4 or more clue cards attached to Mordor enemies, the players lose the game. So the idea there, I guess, is that the hunters from Mordor, which is the main baddie in this quest, are stealing the clues from you, finding them first. I've never actually lost to that effect, but I think it would be a lot more meaningful in multiplayer, maybe 3 and 4 players. That could be something to really worry about. It's never really affected me that much in solo, to be honest. It's mainly just remembering this forced effect is the main problem I get. Okay, so let's have a look at the deck I'm using before we do the setup. So I'm using a deck with the new versions of Legolas and Gimli. I think they're really cool heroes. This deck is one that was posted on RingsDB a few days ago, so the author of that deck is somebody with the username of Gizlivadi, so I just want to give him a shout out and say thanks for building the deck. I think it's really cool. I made a few tweaks for this quest, so I added a couple more location clearing cards, but I think I probably only changed 3 or 4 cards, so really it's his deck. I found that it works quite well against this quest because it's quite well balanced. You've got Legolas, who you would quest with, and when he commits to a quest, you discard a card from your hand to ready another hero. If that hero is Gimli, he gets +1 willpower until the end of the phase, so that's Gimli gets the willpower, not Legolas. So you would quest with Legolas and Gimli, then ready Gimli, and then you can use his response, which is after he's declared as a defender, spend 1 resource from Gimli's pool to ready another hero. If that hero is Legolas, he gets +1 attack until the end of the phase, so they're really nice. It's really well balanced. They can both quest. He defends, Legolas attacks for you. And the main drawback with them, I think, though, is the kind of resource guzzling, card guzzling intensiveness of their abilities. And that's where Grima comes in on the one hand. His action lets you lower the cost of the next card you play from your hand this round by 1. So he saves you money. But also that card gains Doomed 1, which is a drawback. But it helps you in this deck because you've got 3 copies of Keys of Orthanc. So typically I play those onto Gimli. So anytime you play that Doomed card, you can exhaust Keys of Orthanc to give Gimli a resource then. And the other cards in the deck, the kind of power cards, are Elven Light, which is essential to see, because you use that to pay for Legolas's ability, and Steward of Gondor, which also goes onto Legolas, so you can keep drawing cards, discarding stuff. If you don't see either of those 2 cards when you play the deck, it tends to stall, I found, so you really want to be looking for 1 or even both in your opening hand. I've managed to get Elven Light here, so I probably won't mulligan, because I found if you don't get the draw, you really face problems. You can wait to get Steward of Gondor, but you really can't wait to draw cards. So I'll stick with this opener and we'll see how it goes. So let's do the setup. So reveal 1 card per player from the encounter deck and add it to the staging area. So let's do that. Okay, Ravenous Hawk. So that's one of the new interesting cards. It says forced. When a card effect instructs a player to look at cards in the encounter deck, and Ravenous Hawk is among those cards, that player must put Ravenous Hawk into play engaged with him. this does not satisfy the forced effect of stage 1B or 2B. So if we flip the quest card, we can see what that's about. Something says, forced. After the player's quest successfully, the first player looks at the top 3 cards of the encounter deck, reveal and add one of those cards to the staging area, and discard the other 2. So if you revealed this hawk as one of the 3, you have to put it into play engage with you and still reveal another card. So a really nasty, tricky card. So I'm glad that we revealed that in the setup. So let's kick things off. Alright, Steward of Gondor, perfect. So I'm going to start by playing Daron's Runes. 1, 2. And I have to discard a card now. I've also got a Sneak Attack Gandalf, so that's really nice. I'll discard the Elven Light, because I can also discard that Evening Star. Because that triggers off of being in the discard pile as well. So let's think how I can do this. I think I probably want to get the Steward of Gondor down, but I also want to get Light of Valinor down. And I could get down Arwen with that. I'd like to keep Gimli as a defender as well. So I think we'll use Grima's ability and go Doomed 1 for the Steward of Gondor. That's going to cost 1. And then we'll use it to give Legolas 2 resources. And then we'll play Light of Valinor onto Legolas. And I think we could either play Arwen, or I could draw a card with Elven Light. I think I'll go for Arwen here. She gives +1 defense to Gimli. So I'm always going to use that response on Gimli, so I'm just going to give him 3 defense now. So I don't forget that he's defending for that, because I tend to forget to trigger that. Alright, so we've got 2 in the staging area, so let's quest for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with Legolas, and I think I'm going to go 6, 7, 8, discarding Evening Star to ready Gimli, because I really want to get to stage 2. There's a similar effect on stage 2, and it's much more easy to handle that one than it is this one, because it happens at the beginning of the quest phase, whereas this one happens after. So at least in stage 2 you know what you're going to be up against. So we'll do 8. Let's reveal 1. Okay, the East Bank. While that's the active location, ally cards cost 1 additional matching resource to play from hand. So we've got 5 in there. So we're going to make 3 progress. And that means we trigger the forced effect on the quest card. So Hunter's Lookout, 2 threat with 6, or the West Bank. West Bank or East Bank? Signs of Gollum. It's a bit early to take a clue. I don't think I want to take that one. So choice between these 2. I think I'll go for the lower threat one. Although I'm not planning on playing any attachments or events next turn, so I could go for there. That doesn't affect Elven Light because you don't play Elven Light from hand. So let's go for the West Bank and we'll travel there. So here I could take down that hawk. I can defend it for 3, but I can't kill it very easily this turn. Really, I need a resource on Gimli to make Legolas 4 attacks, so I think it would help to get the threat out of there though, so I'm going to take it down. Okay, so Shadow card will defend for 3. Nothing, no damage. Legolas can do 3 attack to it, but it's got 3 defense, so no point. So let's just refresh. Okay, another Light of Valinor, so we'll get 2 onto Legolas, and I'm going to draw a card back with Elven Light. Okay, Galadriel's Handmaiden. So here, I think we'll probably play her for 2. And we'll pay 2 for Quick Beam. And he comes into play exhausted. I'll do the damage to him to ready him. And when I play Galadriel's Handmaiden as well, I can lower my threat by 1, which I think I didn't do. So let's do that. Okay, so quest phase. We need 5 on the quest card, and there's currently 3 in the staging area. So I think I'll go all in again here. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We surely can't fail. You never know in Lord of the Rings. Here comes 1 card. Dark Pools. Okay, progress cannot be placed on Dark Pools while it is in the staging area. Forced. After Dark Pools becomes the active location, each player must discard an ally with the highest printed cost among the allies he controls. So right now all my allies are 2. I don't really want to discard any of them though. One thing I usually do is wait to travel there until I've paid 5 for Gandalf, because typically I would quest with him and then he could be discarded for that, so I'll probably do that anyway. So we get 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and not quite there yet. So now we do the forced effect. So we've got to choose one of these. So what do we want? Discard 1 resource from each hero's resource pool if able. Exhaust any hero that could not discard a resource from its pool, so that wouldn't be terrible. Or we could take another enemy. Maybe we could take the scavengers because I can kill them with Legolas, so let's do that. So we'll go for the Goblin Town Scavengers from the forced effect to the quest, and then the active location goes away. So now it's a choice between... As I don't really have any allies to play, so let's go there. And we'll engage Goblin Town Scavengers. Give out some shadow cards. So I'm going to defend the Hawk with Gimli, and I'll pay 1 to ready Grima this time. And look at their shadow card. Nothing, so no damage because he's defending for 3. And then I'm going to defend the Goblin Town Scavengers with Grima, and I just noticed I forgot their when revealed effect, so I have to discard the top card of my deck. And this would add threat equal to that card's cost, but it wouldn't have done anything in the quest phase anyway, so it doesn't matter. So they're attacking for 1, he's defending for 2. No damage. And then I'll attack back for 3 and get rid of them. So refresh. Okay, let's do Steward of Gondor. I think I want to do the Elven Light first. So allies are going to cost me 1 extra resource to play. Yeah, so I don't think I'm going to be playing any allies here. But I think I will play Unlikely Friendship first and give that resource to... I'm tempted to give it to Gimli. Maybe Legolas so I can play the Mirkwood Long Knife. Let's go Gimli and I'll draw that card. Okay, so I can't play him. I want to keep a resource on Legolas though, so I'm going to go Doomed 1 with Grima and to pay 1 for this one. Alright, so quest phase. Again, we want to try to get through this, but I only need 2, so we need at least 5, and there's 3 in the staging area, so we need 8 to definitely clear. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 again, discarding Elven Light to ready Gimli. And we'll reveal 1. Okay, keep seeing this card. When revealed, discard 1 resource from each hero's resource pool if able. Exhaust any hero that could not discard a resource from its pool, so we'll get rid of all our money. Didn't add any threat though, so we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that clears that off. We have to do the forced effect, because technically you quest successfully, then place progress, so we have to reveal the 3. 1, 2, 3. A clue wouldn't be bad right now. I could also travel to that one. Yeah, let's go with the clue. We're questing quite well, so we'll go with the clue. And that's guarded by flooding. Remove all progress from all Riverland locations. So that wouldn't affect the active location because that progress wouldn't have been placed there when this was revealed. So it's Doomed 1 though, and it's going to surge. And Hunters, as is typical. So they are 4 threat now. So this goes away, and we'll look at the next quest stage. So this one forced. At the beginning of the quest phase, the first player looks at the top 2 cards of the encounter deck, reveal and add one of those cards to the staging area, and discard the other one. So now at least we get to see what we're going to be up against at the beginning of the quest phase. Alright, so do we want to travel there? We'd have to discard an ally. I could discard Galadriel's Handmaiden, I guess. I don't really want to defend these this turn because Gimli's not quite ready. I need to get some defensive attachments onto him. So I think next turn I'll probably sneak attack Gandalf in the combat phase and then try to kill them. So let's just deal with this one this turn. So we'll do a shadow card on them, although there's 7 threat in there. Decisions. Maybe I could travel there and discard an ally. I could discard the Handmaiden for 2. But then I can play him next turn as well. Let's just leave it. I think we'll leave it. Although we're adding 2 cards. Let's do it. We'll travel there. And we'll get rid of Galadriel's Handmaiden. Okay, so we'll leave the 4 threat from them in the staging area. Got to defend this hawk. And let's see it. Okay, if you do not control at least one hero with a clue card attached, double this enemy's base attack for this attack. That's really nasty, so he's going to take 3 wounds. I forgot Legolas has Mirkwood Long Knife now, so he should actually be questing for 2. Wouldn't have affected us that turn though. So he's attacking for 4, so that does mean I can do a wound to it though. So now we'll refresh, I think. Another Elven Light, so we'll get 2 onto Legolas. Going to draw a card, let's see if we can get some healing. A shield, okay, almost as good. So we'll go Doomed 1, and we'll play that shield down. There's going to be 4 defense now. And probably want to sneak attack Gandalf at some point. I was going to do it in the combat phase, but maybe I need to do it in the quest phase now. We can see what we reveal in the quest phase. So here I need to quest quite well. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we're currently against 4. So beginning of the quest phase we have to reveal the 2. Well, I'm not going to take that clue because that will make the Hunters of Mordor unmanageable. So we reveal 1 more. Okay. So that wasn't one of the ones we looked at, it's just been revealed by one of those, so it's not going to engage me. So now there's 6 in there. So I'll still quest for the same I did, I think. If I sneak attack Gandalf, I could put 4 damage on them, but I'd probably rather use that in the combat phase so that I can actually defend them. Gimli is defending for 4, but I don't want them to get that shadow effect again. So let's just go with this, and we'll reveal 1 card. Search the encounter discard pile for a clue card and attach it to a Mordor enemy in play if able. Okay, there's definitely 1 in there. There it is, so that's putting them up to 6. So we'll put that 1 there. So I definitely need Gandalf to defend those guys now. So that was our 1 card. So we now get 8, which is exactly what we need to clear that out and put 1 on there. Good. I don't want to engage the Hawk because I have to take these guys down now. And then we will deal out some shadow cards. So I might draw a card here just to see what comes out. Another Elven Light. So Gimli's now going to be defending for 4. But these guys are attacking for 6, so I can't risk him on defense because he's probably going to die. So we'll do sneak attack Gandalf, and I think I probably need to do the 4 wounds really. Yeah, we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Legolas can kill them. So we'll defend the Hawk with Gimli. Nothing. And now we'll defend the Hunters from Mordor with Gandalf. Nothing. So he's going to take 2 wounds. But we can attack back with 4 with Legolas and put 2 on them and kill them. So they drop both of their clues and go back to the staging area. And Gandalf comes back to hand, and now we refresh. Perfect, the healer. So we'll definitely play her this turn, because I need to use her to heal up Gimli. So we'll get 2 there, and I'm going to trigger her now to heal him for 3. What I would like to see, I think, at this point is Protector of Lorien, because it would allow me to discard these and draw them back. So we need to wait on that, but I'm going to try to draw as much as I can. So there's only 2 in the staging area, so we don't need to quest too hard. So forced effect at the beginning of the quest phase, reveal the 2. Well, we're definitely not going to take those guys. No chance. So East Bank for 3 threat. So there's 5 in there. So we're definitely going to quest with Legolas, so he's doing 2. And quest with Gimli as well for 5. Discarding 1 card to ready him. And then we'll do Arwen as well for 7. And Legolas can attack for 5 this turn, so he can actually kill that hawk. So let's quest with everybody else. Maybe I should keep back Quick Beam in case I need another defender. So I'll do that. Quest for 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Reveal 1. Misty Mountain Goblins, okay. That's another 2. So we can get 2 progress, which is perfect because we don't have any clues. But now, because I quested successfully, I can trigger this response, claim Signs of Gollum, and attach it to any hero committed to the quest. So we'll put 1 on Grima and 1 onto Legolas. I'm going to spread them around. Okay, so let's leave the hawk in the staging area. We'll go to the East Bank and we'll engage Misty Mountain Goblins. So we'll defend the hawk with Gimli. And I could ready another hero, so I think I'm going to ready Grima rather than kill Quick Beam. Although Legolas would be attacking for 5, right? If I ready him, which would kill the hawk. But I can kill those with Quick Beam anyway, so let's do that. So reveal the shadow card here. Discard from play all allies with a printed cost lower than the number of Riverland locations in play. Is that Riverland? Yeah, it is. Damn, that loses our healer. So get rid of that one. And no damage on Gimli. So we'll block this one with Grima. It's attacking for 2. Shadow effect, none. So no damage on Grima. And his forced effect removes a progress token from the current quest. So let's take one off of there. Alright, attacking back. I think I want to kill that hawk, really. So we'll do 4, 5, 6, 7 and get rid of it. I don't mind if they take progress off at this point. I need to get a bit more questing power down. So let's refresh. Okay, Steward of Gondor here. Treebeard's a nice card to pull. So let's grab back that Elven Light and draw a card. Sneak attack. Okay, sneak attack Gandalf in the quest phase. Almost certain to happen here. I think we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 for Treebeard. And he comes into play exhausted. And I could play this Rohan guy, but I need that resource for Gimli to ready a character. So quest phase, let's see the cards from the forced effect. Hunting Warg or Restless Hunters. Let's do Hunting Warg, I think, because I can kill that. So we'll take him. So there's only 3 threat in there. The worst we could reveal is 6 from the Hunters from Mordor. Or maybe a clue and another one, so it could be 8. So I need to quest quite well still, and I want to kill that Warg. So I need Legolas to attack. So I might keep Quick Beam out here, so I think I'll do the sneak attack Gandalf, because I want to draw some cards and try and get Protector of Lorien. So we'll play Gandalf, we'll draw 3. Okay, there's Protector, great. And now questing for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. So that's loads. And we'll reveal 1. Each player raises his threat by 1 for each character controls that is not currently committed to a quest. So that's only 1 character. No, it's 2 characters, sorry, Treebeard, so 2 threat. But not bad at all, because we're going to make 1, 2, 3, 7 on the main quest. It takes us to 9. So 1 more next turn. And then we'll engage this Warg. Shadow cards. So here, I think I probably made a slight mistake there, because I should have kept that resource for readying Legolas. So I might have to take an undefended here. So we'll defend the Warg with Gimli. So no damage, and then I'll take these guys undefended. If you do not control at least 1 clue card, discard all cards from your hand. I do control a clue card, so I'll put that damage onto Gimli, and he will get a resource from that, and then they're going to take a progress off of the quest. And then attacking back, we have to kill that warg, so we'll do 4, 5, 6, 7, and that dies. And refresh. Okay, just go to the next turn, turn 7. Finally got the Keys of Orthanc, so we'll get 2 on Legolas, and we'll pay 1 for those from Legolas's pool. We definitely want to play one of these down with Grima's resource. And I think we probably want to just draw a card for the sake of it, to see what we get. Let's draw that one back with Elven Light first. Another Steward. Here I think I'll give this resource to Gimli and draw a card. Another copy of Arwen. Let's discard 1 card to Protector of Lorien, and that's going to be Elven Light, and then I'll draw another card. Just keep drawing until we see some questing power here. And let's try again, discard a card, draw 1. Okay, that's useful. I'm going to play that one down. It's 2 defenses. And I think that's probably everything that I'm going to do for now. I could play him as well. I won't though, because I don't want to be raising threat to engage that for the sake of it. So let's just quest for a decent amount. So start the quest phase, reveal 2. Doom 1 and Surge of Renewable Progress. Yeah, let's take that because it's going to go Doomed 1. So I'll get a resource on Gimli from that. There's no progress on Riverland location, so it surges. Hunter's Lookout. Each Mordor enemy with at least 1 clue attached gets +2 defense, so there are no Mordor enemies right now. So there's 4 in there. So we're going to quest for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, readying Gimli again. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we keep Treebeard back in case we need some defense. I can do 2 with Gimli, but you never know. So we'll do 11, reveal 1. Watched Path. Each player who does not control at least 1 clue card cannot draw cards through card effects. I'm fine, I have a clue. All good. So that adds 3. 1, 2, 3. So we get 4 progress, so I'll just put the 2 on there, and we'll go to the next quest stage. Bring that one in. Doesn't have anything on 3A, so flip it over. Any player who does not control a hero with at least 1 clue objective attached cannot commit characters to this quest. If there are ever no heroes with clue objectives attached in play, reset the quest deck to stage 2B. So that's that one I mentioned earlier where that treachery could really mess you up on this stage. If the players defeat this stage, the players have once again found a true sign of Gollum's passing and won the game. Good, let's try and do that. So here I think we'll probably travel to the Watched Path. I don't think I gave Treebeard a resource this turn, by the way. I'm just going to check. No, I did. I gave a resource to Treebeard. Okay, cool. So combat phase, I think we'll bring this down now. We can deal with it. So we'll engage that, and then we'll defend the Misty Mountain Goblins with Gimli, and ready him with the Armoured Destroyer, and discard the shadow card from that one. So let's see their shadow card. It's a clue, so it does nothing. And then we can ready Legolas when we exhaust Gimli for this defense. So he's going up to 5 attack now. But it doesn't really help us to do that. So maybe I'll take that back. Because I can still kill that one. I don't need the extra attack. So we'll just defend the Goblins and the Hawk with Gimli. And then we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and get rid of that Hawk. Okay, refresh. Now the keys, not really useful at this point, just want some questing power. So let's draw a card and see if we can get an ally. Nope. Let's do it again. So discard this one to Protector of Lorien, and I'll draw another card. Okay, there's an ally, and it's a good ally as well, so we'll definitely stick with that, I think. Let's go... Well, I already had Gandalf in my hand. Let's go Doomed 1 with Grima, and we'll play Gandalf. And we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'll trigger that one to get a resource back on Gimli. And then when he enters play, I think I want to lower my threat by 5 in case I see that treachery that raises your threat by 1 for each non-questing character. So let's do that, let's play it safe. I could also play the Protector down onto Legolas for a bit more questing power. Evening Star is going to be helpful as well, but I can't afford it now. So let's just quest. We'll do the 2 from the encounter deck. Ooh, the Hunters from Mordor. They would be 6. No, thank you. So we'll take that one. So I just want a super quest, really. Try to get through it. So there's 5 in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I definitely didn't give him a resource this turn. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Reveal 1. Restless Hunters. First player chooses a clue card attached to a hero and attaches it to a Mordor enemy in play if able. There aren't any, so it's just going to surge. Hello, here they come. So they are 6, because they get +2 threat for each clue card in play, and we've got 2. So that's taken us up to 11. So we're getting 6 progress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, I could discard 3 cards to each Protector of Lorien to win here. I think it would be more fun to take on those guys, but let's end it because it's Nightmare mode. I don't want to get a silly loss, so we get another 3 to the Protector, and another 1, 2, 3 to the Protector. So that sees us through. So overall, I think that was an interesting playthrough. I got lucky, I think, by getting Steward and Elven Light early. As I said at the beginning, if you don't see those 2 cards, the deck can really stall. But overall, I really like the way this deck works. I love the interplay between Legolas and Gimli. Allies in the deck, really nice. There are a few cards we didn't see. Let's have a look. It's mostly the stronger allies. Glorfindel, a few more Questers, Mablung. So yeah, really great deck. Really grateful to the guy who made it and posted it. And I hope you enjoyed this playthrough, Hunt for Gollum. I think it's definitely a more interesting quest than normal mode, that's for sure. So as always, thank you for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one.